So what's the best fruit to eat? Look, out of all the fruits in the fruit kingdom, it always comes back to one fruit for me, and that is the banana. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. Look, when you're transitioning to a majority raw diet or a fruit-based diet or a 100% raw diet, or you're just trying to implement more fruits into your life, it is imperative that you are getting enough calories. That's why some people who make changes to their diet or go to fruit end up malnourished or end up, dealing with health issues. It's because they're not getting enough calories. It has nothing to do with the fruit and has everything to do with the calorie density of the fruit they are eating. That's why bananas are so important, because one banana is roughly about 100 calories. It's very calorie dense for the amount of food that you're getting, meaning you can get yourself and work yourself up to where you're eating 6 to 7 to 8, sometimes even 10 bananas at a time. And that gives you a real good foundation of calories to work off of. For me, every single day, bananas are a part of my diet. I eat anywhere from 6 to 10 and sometimes even 12, depending on if I have a smoothie later in the day, right? They're great for transitioning. They have a universal taste. I don't meet too many people that don't like the taste of bananas, but calorie density is one of the main things. It's just imperative, because you got to understand, we've grown up and we've been conditioned to look at diet in a specific way, right? And we've all been eating a lot of calories built around meats and starches and things of that nature. The problem is we've also looked at fruits as snacks. So when we hear we need to eat more fruit, people think, I'll have an apple here, I'll have a banana here, maybe an orange, maybe a couple grapes, like it's a snack. No. When we're having fruits as meals, we need to treat them as meals and make sure that calorie transition matches. So if you were eating 2,200 calories a day, well, you got to match that with fruit now. And in order to get there, you have to have calorie dense fruits. And that's why bananas are so important when it comes to transitioning and getting yourself into a healthier diet, all right, and healthier habits, all right? That's the first reason. But number two, bananas are the most cost-effective fruit there is on the planet. There's an abundance of banana trees in this world. And unfortunately, I'm living in America now, so I have to get my bananas shipped in from somewhere else, but they're still relatively cheap, meaning you can get a bundle of bananas for $1.50, maybe even less, depending on where you're going. If you want organic, maybe it's $2. It's not even that big of a jump to get organic, right? So from a cost-effective standpoint, it is a definite benefit for you. And we're talking about calorie-dense fruits that are very low cost. It's like the perfect blend when we're talking about changing our lifestyle, right? And especially with the economy and the way things are going and inflation and everything's getting more expensive, bananas are relatively the same. So take advantage of that. It's extremely important. Not to mention that when you're talking about making healthier meals or even raw-based meals, bananas are like a great staple and foundation for a lot of different things, right? Whether that is smoothies or whether that is some type of raw dish, banana can really help out in a myriad of different ways. If you look at different raw cookbooks and whatnot, banana can do a lot of different things. So bananas are absolutely amazing when it comes to transitioning. If, a lot of people talk about, man, it's hard to eat more than 2 or 3 bananas. Well, you have to work yourself up. You have to train your body to get used to eating that many bananas, because you're not used to eating that much at once. Like I said, most people look at bananas like they're a snack or something like that. When I tell them I eat 6 to 8, sometimes 10 bananas at a time, they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, I could never do that. Well, I couldn't do that either, but I work myself to that point. One real good tip for anybody who is making the transition and trying to get more calories is to start off by eating bananas in smoothies, because you can put 8 to 10 bananas in a smoothie and you won't really realize you're eating 8 to 10 or 1,000 calories at one time. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what makes bananas so great. I love them. I look forward to my bananas every single day, and I'm even looking more forward to having banana trees in my backyard when I make that journey to the tropics and the Caribbean sometime soon. Another little tidbit though, bananas themselves. You see these bananas? See how they look? This is how we're supposed to be eating our bananas. Yes, that's another reason why a lot of people can't eat more than 2 or 3 bananas at a time, because they're eating them before they're actually ripe. And then what they're eating is a bunch of starch, and that's what's filling them up. But when you get them to this point, they're sweet. And that's the way they're supposed to be eaten. And that's how they digest really well. Anything before this, when they're, just all yellow or maybe a couple brown spots and got a tiny bit of green on them or anything like that, it is going to cause your body to react with gas and bloating and things of that nature. So it's imperative that you wait till the bananas are, this is a really good spot. This is kind of right there. Like this could probably go one more day, but you could probably get away with eating these. But it's imperative that you understand that as well. If you're trying to eat bananas and you try to eat them the right way, make sure you eat them when they're actually ripe and not overly starchy, like society has kind of taught us to do. So I hope this information helped you out. If you're thinking about adding more fruits to your diet, if you're thinking about making the transition, make sure that you are implementing bananas into your habits. I promise you, you will be satisfied. You will be happy. All right. So look, give me a thumbs up if this resonates with you, if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me on the bananas, let's talk about it. Maybe you have another suggestion. There are other fruits that are somewhat calorie dense, but at the same time, they don't really they don't check all the boxes like the banana because of cost effectiveness and things of that nature. All right, so like I said, give me a thumbs up if this resonates. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I got a lot of videos coming out, a lot of different things pertaining to the natural diet, natural health, my journey to trying to find our home in the Caribbean, and some other great things. All right, I appreciate every single one of you. Peace, love, and light. I'm out of here.